dear inspirational, influential, amazing leaders out there. Welcome to the new episode of the Influential Executive Podcast. As always, Lenka and Alexander Kanan here from Earn More, Work Less, and we are excited to bring you this new episode with Yuval Abramovich. Today it's all about dreaming and how to make your dreams come true. And especially for those who like structures and systems, this is gonna be a very exciting episode for all of you.
That's right. Normally I speak a lot about to-do lists, and Yuval has really taken this to another level. And what he achieved with his lists, it's just the most amazing story. And he wrote the story down in a book, and the book is spreading like wildfire over the world, inspiring people everywhere. And you know, when you stop a moment and think about it, you only live once, as far as we know right now, and time is ticking every day. So how do we make this life the most beautiful experience possible for ourselves and for the people around us? That's the question we think about every day. That's what we help people achieve with Earn More, Work Less, with our systems, with everything that you can apply both at work and in your private life to optimize your time, your life experience. We welcome you to join our amazing and fun interview with Yuval Abramovich. Yuval, welcome on the Influential Executive Podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be with you, and I'll say shalom.
Shalom.
You are the list guy.
Yeah, I am.
And I call myself the list guy, except it's a slightly different type of list. I'm the guy that works with all the to-do lists, and you have designed a different kind of list that got you.
Actually, it's almost the same. I mean, it's important to I think that especially today, we live in a very crazy decade. You know, we're running all the time, using our computer and, iPad and iPhone all the time. We have something that pulls us out of life. And I think that especially today, we need to take a moment for ourselves, once a month, to take a paper and a pen, to close the computer and just think what we want to achieve in life. In personal goals and professional goals, family, with our children, if we have children. It's funny because when we're going to the grocery shop, to the supermarket, usually we have a list. Well, I want to buy ketchup and I want to buy rice. And of course, at work, we have lists and goals. But why don't we have lists for our private life? So I'm using also the to-do list on a daily basis, but also every year I'm writing to myself a new list, at least 10 things that I want to achieve, and I'm trying to achieve the goals and dreams in my life.
It is very special, and I think for most listeners and viewers, it's like, I'm doing the same. So, Yuval, you did something very extraordinary. It's not only did you write for yourself that list, you share it publicly. So I would like to bring us to the beginning of the story of the list, because the story is amazing. I've seen the story during your speech. So can you share it with our listeners and viewers?
You're talking about my accident when I was young?
That's where it all began, if I understood correctly.
Yes, from that moment. So when I was 16 years old, now I'm 42. When I was 16 years old, I had an accident. I used to work in a restaurant in Tel Aviv. I live in Israel. And I fell over an oily puddle and I cracked my head open and I got a serious injury in my back. And after 3 days, I lost the feelings in my legs. And actually, I became handicapped. And the doctor then told my parents that this is my future, that I'm going to sit in a wheelchair, for the rest of my life. So I was at home. Most of the time I was at bed. And I was so bored. And after I finished reading books and hosting friends and watching television, I took an old notebook from school and I started writing to myself what I'll do when I'll be older, when I'll be 17, 19, 20, 23, until the age 40. Why 40? Because then it looks like the end of life. I was only 16 years old. So I wrote, I was writing and writing all the time what I want to do when I'll be older. And after a year, I started walking again. It's kind of a miracle. Some of the doctors say it's a miracle. Others say that I suffer from something called drop foot, like my legs were in a coma. But I say that the reason that today I'm walking is because of my list, because I really wanted to achieve my goals in life. And there is so many books and research that speak about the influence of the soul on the body. And from that moment, I became obsessed with lists. I'm doing all the time lists, like your to-do list, but also what I want to do in the future. And I call this period of time the gift of my life, because when I was 16 years old, I had a year to plan my future. I mean, how many people have time today to think about next month or next year or next decade? So I had time to plan my future. And you know what? I achieved most of the thing that I wrote. I wanted to be an actor in Israel. I wanted to be a journalist, and I did it. I wanted to be a writer, and that's what I'm doing today. And a lot of things, because it's like I was planning my future. So that was the beginning of the story.
That was really, I can imagine it's very powerful. And what for me personally stands out is many people who would land into a similar situation would see themselves as a victim and blindly accept what the doctors tell them.
Yeah.
And then that's just what it is. There was something inside of you that said, I know better than that.
I'll tell you what, it's a very interesting point, what you're saying, because in my lectures and in my book, of course, I'm speaking about this event and I'm saying this is the event that changed my life. But you know what? A few months ago, I met a friend of mine who lives today in Paris. We used to be in school, and I met him after 20 years or 30 years. And he told me that he remembered me as a student in school, that I have a lot of dreams, and I'm very active. I'm doing a lot of things. When I was 8 years old and when I was 12 years old. So I believe that some of this energy is part of me. This is the person that I am. I'm very optimistic. I think that the fact that I was 16 years old, I was still, in my mind, still fresh. Mm-hmm. I was still eager. I think that one of the very sad thing that happened to us when we are getting older, that we stop dreaming, that we're saying to ourselves, well, I'm 42 years old. There is no chance that I'll be a singer or an actor or I'll have a business. And you know what? In history, there is so many people who changed their life when they became 50 years old or 60 years old. Today, people live until 100 years old. My grandfather is 95 years old and he's still kicking and he is still alive and he's okay. So especially today, when we can live until 120 soon. I mean, we have so many years to achieve dreams and goals. And I think that one of the reasons that I was so optimistic, sometimes I'm joking that I was maybe kind of stupid to say, oh, I'll be okay. But I think that my mind was fresh. And maybe if I was 30 years old, maybe I was depressed.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking in my books. Try to be like children. Children, and I have two children. One of them is 10 years old and the other is 5 years old. And they're my teachers. I'm looking at them all the time and I see the way they're so natural about everything. When they love something, they say, I love you, even to strangers. When they hate someone, they say, I hate you. When they love the food that I'm making, they say, I love it. When they don't love the food, they don't eat it. And when when they have dreams, they speak about their dreams, and they're not shy about their dreams. And when we are becoming older, not 80 years old, 25, we're not living real life. We're hiding our thought, we're hiding our feelings from others, and it's a shame. It's a shame.
I just think it's a lot because we are afraid, right? We are afraid of judgments of others. And especially now in the world of social media, we get almost paranoid from like, well, if people think bad, well, will they think about me? What if they reshare it and actually make fun of me? So I'm sure that that's part of your story as well. How do you help people to get over that fear?
Yeah. So first, I really encourage people with my book, The List, that is published in 20 countries until now, to shout out your dreams. I mean, it won't help you if you have a dream inside your heart or your brain. You must speak about your dreams. For example, if, I don't know, I'm looking for an agent in the Netherlands, okay? And you're located there. So now I can shout out my dream and tell you, hey friends, do you have an agent that you can connect me? Maybe you have some connection. If you don't have, so someone that will watch this video, maybe he can write me, or you, listen, I can connect Yuval. So I understood. There is a very funny story that 5 years ago, I was walking with my daughter, Shira. She was 5 years old then. We were walking in one of the main streets in Tel Aviv. It was evening. And she was mumbling something to herself, like, children. And I asked her if everything is okay. And she told me, yes, I just saw a shooting star. So I asked for a question. I asked for a wish. And I asked her, what is your wish? And she told me, I can't tell you. If I'll tell you, it
won't happen. Yeah.
It won't happen. Yeah. So then I told her, I think that you're wrong. Because if you'll tell me what is your dream, maybe I can help you. And that was a clear moment that I understood that there is something damaged in our education all around the globe. By the way, this is the reason that my book in Korea, in the Netherlands, in States, in Israel, because we're the same. And in society, what we know, if you see a shooting star, ask for a wish quietly. If your eyelash will fall down, ask for a wish quietly. If you see a shooting star, even in our birthday, and they'll ask for a wish quietly. And that was a moment that I thought, why quietly? I mean, let's shout out our dreams and let's use the net and let's use Facebook and Instagram and Twitter to shout out your dream. And you ask me how a lot of people are shy or are afraid someone will laugh about them. And it's true, but I'm saying it's like going to the gym, okay? In the beginning, when you're going to the gym to be slimmer, you start running and you want to kill yourself and to faint after 15 minutes. And after 3 days, someone will tell you, you're looking better. Say, oh yes, I'm in the gym. So, and suddenly you have energy. So run 30 minutes. And after 3 weeks, someone will tell you, you're very slim. Oh, really? So, you can build this courage inside of you. So in the beginning, you can write on your Facebook, hey, this is my dream. Can someone know someone who can connect me or help me? A lot of people will help you. Maybe one of two will say, this is your dream? You're seriously? What, you're a kid? But you know what? The positive voices will be much better than then. And you know what? I think that if there is negative voices in your life, friends who are negative about your dreams, and so find new friends.
Yeah, it's as if you set the wheels of synchronicity in motion. You increase the odds that people pick up your wants, and we see also that you'd be surprised how many people just want to help you.
Yeah.
In the WIN events, for example. So we do once a month, we do an event we call the Worldwide Influencer Network, WIN, where everybody wins. We had 5 sessions, and so far every visitor in every session left with at least one new valuable contact that they would get in touch with later on.
Amazing.
The way we set it up is very simple. Speed date networking. Tell the other person where you're going, what your next level looks like, and what you
yeah. You know what? I think that we have a lot of influence from news. When you're open TV and watching news, what you see? Only bad things. I live in Israel. It's a very complicated country. By the way, it's a very beautiful country, and you should come visit in Israel, in Tel Aviv especially. The Eurovision will be here soon. And when you open television and you watch news about Israel, you think it's a war zone, but it's not true. I mean, there is few problems in the border, but in Jerusalem, in Tel Aviv, in Haifa, everything is okay. And you know what? A lot of people laughed about Donald Trump, but you know what? He writes in one thing about fake news. It's true. There is a lot of fake news in the newspaper. And I think when we're watching news all the time and you see war in this area and war in this area and someone murder and someone rape someone and someone steal money, say, wow, everything is so bad in the world, but it's not true. Most of people are good, and most of people want to help you, and one of people want to work with you. It's like you sent me email months ago, please, will you do this interview? And you wrote me a list of people that already done it with you. I didn't open all the emails, all the links. I say, yes, I will do it happily. Why not? I mean, why not? I mean, you help me, I will help you. Everything is okay. Yeah. And I'm trying to spend my time with a good person, with a very good person.
We didn't tell yet the story of how we got the idea of inviting you on our podcast.
So please.
This actually happened in the first weekend of January, and we were sitting here in our kitchen, and it was a huge mess in the kitchen. We were there together with our trainee and one good client, and we were working on our vision boards and vision books. So the kitchen was completely one big mess with magazines and stickers and pens and colors, etc. The client that came, I invited her the evening before. It was just spontaneous, ad hoc. She said, yes, I want to come because I have this planned for the weekend and I'm going to do it alone, so I might as well come over, do it together with you guys. I said, okay, can you bring a stack of magazines? So she brought a stack of magazines, among which there was Happiness magazine.
Oh, yeah.
And at some point, when we were going through the magazines, there was Yuval Abramovich who said, share your dreams on social media. And this is what may happen. We said, we need to talk to him.
Okay, so I'm very happy, and I really love the Happiness magazine, and they have a great events once in 2 years, Happiness Festival in Utrecht, something like that. Yes.
Utrecht can be.
Yeah, I've been there a year ago. It was amazing. I really was happy to meet a great audience in the Netherlands. I had a great lecture, and it was great workshop. I hope to be there next year again.
Yuval, I'm curious, how come that the list, which seems so simple, how come that it became so big?
I think, I just published in Israel my 13th book. It's a novel. And I did a lecture yesterday about writing. And what I told the audience that first, I think that it's very important today, again, in this crazy time, that we don't have time to read books as in the past, because we have noises all the time. So it's very important to be very simple, not to be too, a lot of people who write books trying to be very sophisticated. I'm a writer and trying to write it in a very high language and very complicated ideas. And I'm trying to write very simple. to be, because I know that people don't have time to read.
Yeah.
So right, short, simple, and to bring a very sharp message.
Mm-hmm.
And when the list published first in Israel, it became bestseller after a week, and I sold in Israel more than 250,000 copies until now. And I remember that I did a lot of interviews here in Israel, and all the journalists asked me why the book is working. Then it was too early to me to explain why it's working. I was in a shock. And because people, in the newspaper, they told it's like a secret. It's like the monk who sold the Ferrari. And I said, okay, yeah. So, but now, 4.5 years after, and I got so many emails from all around the globe, I understand that it's working because it's simple, and because my message is shout out dream. And because there's a lot of books about lists and to-do lists and to be focused. But I think that maybe I was the first, I don't know, who said, take your list from your heart and brain and your table and share it with others. And let's see what happened. And it's amazing. I'm getting stories from all around the globe every day, hundreds of emails. I don't have time to answer all of them, unfortunately, but I'm reading the stories, and people meet famous people publish book, people find love just by shouting their dreams. And one of the amazing story, by the way, is my mom. My mom, she's 62 years old. She's very beautiful. And my mom had a dream for years to be a model. But life. So she was a kindergarten. And 2 years ago, my mom published on Facebook status that she have a dream. She want to be a model, even she's 60 years old. And a lot of photographers, fashion photographers, told her, okay, we'll take a photo of you for free. And a lot of designer told her, we will send you free clothes. And my mom told everyone, thank you very much. But you know what? I want to have a photo with a bride dress. Right, yeah, white.
Yeah.
And you know what? Someone sent her bright dress, and she took a picture with one of the best photographers here in Tel Aviv, and she put it on Facebook. And after a day, she got 15,000 likes and 6,000 shares. And the day after, she was a guest in one of the biggest shows in television in Israel. And the host told her, you're 60 years old. I mean, you're 60 years old and you want to be a model? And she said, yes, I heard someone said, shout out your dream. So this is my dream. And you know what happened the day after? One of the biggest producer in fashion industry called her and told her, you know what? I want you as a model. And my mom now, she's a model in Israel.
Really?
She did twice the fashion week. She's going to do the fashion week next week. And she did a few catalogs, including international one for some designer. And, my mom today is a model.
That's brilliant. So here we go, guys. I always wanted to be an actress and a singer. But I'm not joking, like seriously. And I know, Yuval, that you wanted to be actor, and you are actor. So how did that happen?
Actually, it's, after I started working again, when I was 17 and a half, I started writing first in a newspaper in the city that I used to live next to Tel Aviv. And I also wanted to be an actor. So I did doing some commercial. And then I went to the army in Israel. And when I was 20 years old, I went to drama school, and I also was working in the biggest newspaper in Israel. And when I was 24 years old, I started doing TV shows. I did a few soap opera in Israel for 6 years, and also played in theater. But also I was working in newspaper, and 9 years ago, I started writing books. And today I feel that the List project, because I published the list, but I also published another 2 books in Hebrew, and I hope that next year it will be all around the globe, called The Idea, How to Make Your Idea Reality, because I discovered that in every list, except find love, more money, be skinner, whatever, a lot of people have an idea to record a CD, to book, to be on television, to open a business, to build a workshop. And most of people don't know how to do it. And it's actually quite simple. There is some moves that you need to do. So that's what I wrote on this book. And the third book called The Opportunity, because it's full with opportunity. You just need to see them or to create them. And I can tell you a story. After the book published in Israel, a lot of my friends told me, it can work outside Israel. Your message is strong. So I uploaded my book to Amazon, and it became, after a few days, number 12 in Amazon. But it was stuck. Nothing happened. So I decided to make a move, because I really believe that you must act. The difference between my book and The Secret, a lot of people sometimes say, it's like The Secret. So it's not like The Secret. I really love The Secret. I love the idea of positive thinking. But The Secret is talking about thinking positive. And I think that a lot of people who saw the movie or read the book was sitting at home and thinking positive, and nothing happened, because you must act. Yeah. And I decided that I wanted my book will publish first in the Netherlands, because I really love the Netherlands. I have friends who live there, and say, I want the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. I love the people in the Netherlands. And so I Google publishers in the Netherlands, and I got 40 names, and I sent them all a few chapters of my books in English. Most of them didn't answer me, but few of them, and one of them is Cosmos, a publisher, they answer me. And they told me, send us a few chapters, and I send us another chapter, we'll send to the editor, we'll send to the manager. And after a month, I decided to make a move, because I felt that they were a bit polite with me. Okay, thank you. I'm an Israeli. Israelis very active. We're polite, but we have chutzpah. The word chutzpah?
No.
Yes. No? Oh, okay. Chutzpah is in Yiddish. Chutzpah, it's like to be, it's not rude, but Israelis, we're polite and we're very nice, but we're very, when we have something to say, we say it.
Direct.
Okay? So I decided to move, and I wrote to the publishers in Cosmos, listen, 2 weeks from today, I'm going to be in Amsterdam. I have a lecture, and I'll be happy to meet you. So they answered me, it's great, but unfortunately, we'll be in Belgium. So we can't meet you. Because I thought to myself that if I'll meet them, it can work. Because there is some magic when people sit together, not WhatsApp, not Facebook, not Zoom. When you see someone, magic is working. And they told me, unfortunately, we won't be able. So I told them, listen, I just got a message. My lecture will be only 2 months from today. Will you be in Amsterdam in this date? They told me, yes. I told them, okay, let's meet. And you know what? I never had a lecture. I just told them that I have a lecture. And I bought tickets. And I flew to Amsterdam. And I told myself, what will happen? In the worst case, I will lose $500. Mm-hmm. In the good case, I will have a contract. And I got a contract. So I really believe that the world today is very small, very small. You just need to not to be lazy. But between us, most of people are lazy. People ask me sometimes questions, and then I ask them, did you Google it? Oh, I never thought about it. Google, use Google. Ask people. Everyone have knowledge. Every one of us are kind of Wikipedia or Google. you know someone, you have connection. I'm sure that if I will ask you, do you know someone from, in 10 minutes, you'll find the connection. So that's what I'm trying to do in the last 8 years, to encourage people to speak about their dreams. A lot of times I meet people that tell me after my lectures, I don't have dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad to hear it, because if you don't have dream, why do you live? For what? For waking up in the morning, making a sandwich to your children, go to work, come home, watch a reality show. If you don't have dreams in your life, so I feel you don't have spices in your life.
So how can I come up with dreams? Because I do know it from a lot of our coaching clients. They come to us and we ask them about their vision and what do they want to build in the future. Aren't they a fairy tale? And I am a big believer of fairy tales. I always was being called by my father princess, and Alex calls me his princess, and I always believe we're gonna have one day castle. So I love dreaming and like this, building my life. I can imagine that for lots of people it's difficult, partially because of their self-limiting beliefs, because of the environment they grew up in. Do you have any tips for them how to start dreaming again?
Sure. First, after you finish watching us, take a paper and a pen, close your computer and your phone, and write to yourself as many dreams that you have in any field, family, friends, work, whatever. 20, 40, hundreds, from tiny things until very big, from, fixing the wall in the study until going to Antarctica with my family. And then look at this, all the things that you on the page, and ask yourself, do I really want to achieve these things? Why I work these things? Speak with yourself. It's like going to the psychologist. Speak with yourself. Why I work these things, and ask yourself why I'm stuck. And then choose 10 things that you really, really want to achieve in 400 days. Why 400 days? Because it's a year and a bit. It's something that you can see the future. It's not 20 years from today. When we're putting a goal 10 years from today, it's very far. We don't have energy to see the future. So I believe to put small goals. And then if you have something very big, you told me that you dream to be an actor and a singer, okay? Yes. So so I have a question for you. Do you have a show reel? Do you work with some trainer, with a teacher? What do you do to achieve your dream? Answer me.
Right now, I just research groups where I can meet artists so that I can really get into that environment and get to know more about it. And we have some friends or people we know that will answer me the questions, because I'm a strong believer that when I want to achieve something, the first step is to research the information to give me more clarity. So that's where I am right now.
Yeah. So what I'll suggest to you is to take a private lessons with teacher. So I suggest you to write a list of 10 good teacher for acting or singing in your area, and call every one of them and to ask them to meet them for one lesson. Maybe some of them will do it for free because, it's like a test, and to see if you have a connection, and start working with someone that it will be the best person to answer all of your questions. I really believe, by the way, that we need to pay for professional people. If you will find a teacher, a trainer that can give you all the answer, that you're spending time to find the answer, go to someone professional. And then next step is to be a part of a group. I don't know, in your city, a group of a theater, small theater, even as an hobby, okay? And then maybe to find an agent for beginning only for commercials, and try to get one. And then maybe you can ask your agent to have a small part in a series, even 2 lines, and build your resume. And then, of course, if you want to act outside the Netherlands in Hollywood, so you need to improve your English, you need to move to LA. I believe that you know Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman. You don't the movie. You don't know Wonder Woman? No. Oh no. Where do you live? Everyone thinking about Wonder Woman. Yes. No. Okay. Gal Gadot, she's in Israel now. You know, she's a super. She's in Hollywood. She's doing amazing things in Hollywood, and a lot of people who speak with me about their dream to be an actor. So I asked them the same question that I ask you. Did you have a professional teacher? No. Okay. So let's from the first step. I mean, when I start writing books 9 years ago, exactly by the way, 9 years ago, I remember that I had a dream that maybe one day my books will be outside Israel. But then I was very humble with my dream. Then my dream was just to publish a book in Hebrew. And then my dream was just to publish the second book. Only in my third book, I was brave enough to say, okay, now let's try to do it outside Israel. And history. So small steps all the time. It's good to see the vision, but to make a lot of small steps and very quick. I mean, your mission again is, after we finish this conversation, is to find a private teacher around your city. Very simple.
Yeah, it is indeed. You're just one small step away from your dream, and that's the nice thing. It's always what Alex is, when we plan projects, people think it's unreachable, it's way too big, it's way too far. Okay, let's chunk it down to small steps. And for me, it works perfectly because then I don't procrastinate on it. So that's indeed a very nice way. So all listeners, after this, take a piece of paper, pen, and write all of your dreams.
Yeah.
Yes. And of course, what I forgot to say, choose one of your dreams and put it on Facebook or Instagram, whatever you have, and say, hi, this is my dream. Be very specific. Write what is your dream. Not to be an actor, to find a teacher, or to be part of a group or whatever. Be very specific. Who knows someone who can help me? Please tag this person. Please share my post, and you'll see what will happen. Good things will happen, I promise you.
Yeah, that is very cool how those mechanics work. And it plays into a project that we work on besides our own business, together with a group of entrepreneurs, mostly from the United States. And we call it's a new social network. We call it 1 Million True Millionaires, because that's our vision, to collect 1 million positive individuals that only join the network with the purpose of helping each other move forward.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It feels great. It's very positive. One question I have for you is, you understand these dynamics because you've been doing this for a while. You hear all the stories. Now, for us in setting up this network, what are some of the things that we need to take into account so that it becomes like a quick, dream-fulfilling machine?
Yeah. Okay, so I wrote about it a lot in my second book, After the List, the idea, because you have an idea and you want to make it reality. And, first, you must write kind of a business plan, but I don't believe in all the Excels and all the very scary files in the computer. Again, take a pen and a paper and write the vision, and write how much first you need to invest money in this idea. So to understand exactly how much money, to understand how much money you need to put, how much money you will earn and when. And there is a very good book, maybe you read it or heard about it. It's called The Big Magic. Elizabeth Gilbert wrote this book. So Big Magic, look for this book. And what she's saying in this book, she's talking mostly about people who write books, but it's a good advice for everyone who have an idea. Don't accept that your idea will give you money immediately. I remember when I start writing books, and I have a few business here in Israel. I remember in the first years, I didn't take any money from my bank account. I mean, all the money that I earned was only to improve my project. And you know what? Only after 5 years of doing lectures every day, sometimes 3 times a day, I start taking a salary. I put the money inside the project and improving all the time my project. So the question that you need to ask yourself, how long you can wait and invest time and money in your project, and to find, of course, because it sounds something like very big, that will ask you a lot of time and money, to find partners to this adventure, and with a lot of patience. I mean, I think that today, all around the globe, we live in because we're very influenced from reality show. What happened in reality show? You see someone going to, I don't know, Big Brother and all the, the music, a reality show, and after 4 months, he's a winning, and wow, he's very famous. But after 2 months, no one knows his name. And I think that today, because we have a lot of influence from reality show, people think that after 4 months, their idea will be a success. No, it takes years. And you need to understand that it will take you at least 2 years or 3 years until your baby will be a child. And it's like children. It's like human being. So you need to be with a lot of patience. You need to have a roadmap, a list of moves. You need to find a partner. And also, I think that you need to work with someone who has experience in the same field, someone that already did something different but same, that you can ask them. When I have a dream, for example, when I start doing lectures 5 years ago about the list, it was in very tiny places, at my friends' homes, and it started to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And one day, someone told me, you should do it in the theater, in the Israeli National Theater. I said, whoa, the Israeli National Theater? I mean, I don't know how to do it. So I called one of the famous speakers in Israel and say, hi, I'm Yuval. I don't know if you know me, but I have a dream to be on this stage. Can you explain it? What is the moves? And he told me, of course, you need to call this guy to rent the place. It costs this amount of money. Then you need to call this guy. He will sell the tickets. He will take this commission. And it was so simple. Okay, this is all the secret. So, it's very simple. So you should speak with someone that already build a platform that looks something like your vision, like your dream, because he have the answers. He can help you to work faster.
Yeah, and a lot of this is about the power of asking the right questions.
Yes. And again, as I said before, it's like going to the gym. You became more and more sharp. And I really, I didn't finish high school because of my accident, and I never finished university. So I didn't learn actually something in my life. But I learned from life. And what I'm saying in one of my lectures, that you don't need to go to university. You can take private courses in things that you want to be better. I remember when I built my first business, a shop in Tel Aviv, I didn't have any experience in how to build a shop. I'm an artist. So I went to one of the very famous designers of business in Israel, and I told him, listen, I want to pay you money. I want to explain me how to build a business, where to put everything, where do I buy stuff, explaining. And then I went to someone who works with money, because I want that will explain me how to work with money, how to write it in the Excel, how to work with the bank. So every time that I have a question, I'm going to the best person that I know. I pay money, people usually don't ask for $1 million. Yeah, they ask for, I don't know, 200 euro for a meeting. Yeah. So sit with someone 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, ask all the questions, and you will have all the answers. And I think it's from a year to a year, I see that I know how to ask the right question and to make a faster moves. But again, I have experience. So it's a matter of, again, you need patience to understand that you learn everything in life, and to read a lot of books, like the books you have behind you. I really believe it's important to read biography and to read books and to watch TED. There is so many knowledge in our world, and people again are lazy. They prefer to watch a reality show. They prefer to, I don't know, be on Facebook all day and put selfie instead of to be smarter. It's very important to learn all the time and to improve your skills in life. I wasn't the person that you see now 10 years ago. I didn't have any idea about how to deal money. I had money all of my life because I was working from very early year when I was 17 years old. But I never know how to really make a lot of money. So you know what I did 7 years ago? I was looking for millionaires and asked them for 1 hour just to tell me their secrets, how they make their first million, and why money is important. And they gave me a lot of answers, and I learned how to make money.
Simple as that, without spending 5 years in university.
Yeah.
Yuval, before we close off this beautiful conversation, I have one question and then one challenge.
Okay.
The question is, what is currently on your list? What is like the big thing that you want to achieve?
Very good question. And you know what? It's changing all the time, because I'm saying that list of dreams, it's like an app on my phone. There is all the time updates. If you ask me 3 years ago, what is my dream? I will tell you that I want balance in life, because I had a crazy time. I was flying all the time and I didn't have time to myself. And today, I think that my dream, I have 3 dreams. Of course, to spread the list all around the globe, to find good friends. I have few good friends, but I feel that in the last few years, the way that I'm thinking is different. It's sometimes to me to speak with people that don't understand me. I guess that you understand what I'm talking about. Yes. So I became a bit lonely. I mean, I have friends, but I don't have enough friends who can speak with them about my dreams, about money, about passion. Most of people speak about TV and, I don't know. And it's nice, by the way. I can speak about TV and food. But I want more people that I can really speak about life, about philosophy of life. So now on my list is to find new friends, to add, more friends to my old friends, and also to find love. I just separated. So this is one of the goals, to find love, someone that can live with the fact that I have so many dreams, and it's not easy to live with me because I have so many dreams and so many ideas. And oh yes.
Yeah, that sounds very familiar.
Yeah. I think that it's easy to live with me. I think that I'm a very nice person, but unfortunately, it's because sometimes, and I see it also with my friends and my family, when you are moving and someone is behind, he's very happy for you, but he feels sometimes very sad and sometimes even angry about the fact that you're here and he's here. And instead of coming with you or doing his steps, his move, or she, they feel sometimes frustrated or angry, and then there is problems. So I hope that I will find a new relationship that will fill the fact that I have so many dreams, and I want to see the world, to do so many things. And so this is my dreams for now.
It's lovely, and thank you for being so open and vulnerable. It's not easy for people to openly say, hey, listen, I want this, and I understand also why certain things didn't work, and I just really wish to have this in my life. So I really thank you. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Thanks.
sure there are plenty adventurous ladies out there who want nothing more than to make this one big adventure and go together.
So what is the challenge now?
Yeah, I knew that you were going to ask. So we just started with a new section of our podcast, and it's called a rapid fire question. Well, more than question, it is a word association. So we're going to tell you a word, and we want to hear the word that you associated with.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So the first word would be story.
Story. Love of my life. Story. I love to share, to tell stories.
Money.
Help you to achieve your goals and dreams. Very important.
Happiness.
Very tricky thing. Very tricky thing. But if you'll have a list and every day you'll check V, you'll be happy.
Shall we aim for one-word answers?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't say it correctly. Yeah, it's true.
Okay. One word. Okay.
Feeling.
Heart.
Leader.
Leader. Wow. Leader. Wow. Okay. Leader. Oprah Winfrey.
Thinking.
Important.
The purpose of life.
Dreaming.
Peace of mind.
Nature. This is the association.
This is a bit longer question. What is in your eyes the most beautiful organization that is currently active on this planet?
Wow. There's so many organizations. I really love all the organization who help children in Israel, but also around the globe, that encourage them to dream and to give them tools. I really love organization that's trying to be the answer to schools, to schools that we have, government that think different, and private schools or something like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
And now to finish this section, you can give even a longer answer. What do you see under the word success? How does success look in your eyes?
Very, very personal. The meaning success is very personal. I don't compare myself to others, never. And what I'm saying in my books and in my lecture, that don't say I failed or I succeed, just say I'm playing. Because for me, the fact that I published a book, it's a success. For my publisher, you can say, oh, you sold only 500 copies, it's not a success. But for me, it's a success. So it's a very personal word, and I never compare myself to others, and not with my success and not with my fail, by just what I feel. So, and when you're not comparing to others, and it's not easy, so you're not in a competition, only with yourself.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Now, for everybody listening to this, after the episode is finished, they will do something. Now, what is the one thing you recommend to everybody listening? Do this one thing right now, today, when you're done, and it's going to change your life.
To buy my book through Amazon. No, I'm kidding. No, of course. But as I said before, to close the computer, to be with the energy of this conversation, because you know what happens usually when you're finished reading book or listen to a lecture or in a seminar, you say, oh yes, I have energy. And then you're going and you have garbage at home and you need to clean. So close the computer now and take a paper and a pen and write your list.
I love it.
Even if it's 2 a.m. in the morning.
And I know that for those who live in the Netherlands or in Belgium, the book, the list is available on bol.com. So they can order it there. I know it's available on Amazon as well. For all of those who want to learn more, Yuval, about you, or they want to see, okay, can I get Yuval to speak on my event, where they can find you and how they can reach out to you?
Through my website. Actually, now I'm building a new website, but you can Google Yuval Abramovich, Google, and you'll find me, the list. You'll find my website, and soon will be a bigger website, and all the information are inside.
We have social media.
So again, Facebook, Yuval Abramovich, in Instagram, Yuval.Abramovich, Twitter, I don't remember the user because I don't use Twitter a lot, but again, you can find me. I'm all around.
Perfect.
And you have a unique name, so that helps.
Yes.
We're going to definitely post the links to social media, link to your current website in the show notes. So that's all beautiful, and I want to thank you. Well, it was great, and I'm excited. I love writing lists. I do believe in dreams, and they do come true, especially when you take action. And such as our dream, talking to you, came true, and I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasant time, and I hope to see you soon. Maybe I'll be very soon in Amsterdam, for real, yes? And not like when I said to my publisher. And I will be in touch with you, and I'll be happy to meet you.
Yeah, we would be happy to meet up as well. We're close by Amsterdam, somewhere in April. You know, we can look at our schedules and make it work. It will be exciting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
I love interview with such inspirational leader such as Yuval. His stories are amazing, and now we know that there is a step-by-step system. There is just a process how to make your dreams come true. So I'm very excited to make my list.
Yeah, so am I. And one thing that surprises me is so many people I speak to about where they want their career to go. They tell me that they want to make a few steps up, you know, they want to become a manager or a C-level director. And then I ask them, okay, did you tell your manager that that's what you want? And they say, no, I'm first going to do my best for a few years and then I'm going to be ready. Well, we know what Yuval would say. Make a list and talk about it with the other people. We're excited about making our list immediately after we are done recording this outro. First, let me repeat, how do you stay in touch with Yuval? You basically said it, just Google his name and his website will come up. Instagram is yuval.abramovich. Yeah, that's the most important. We make sure that in the show notes you can find those links. And if you are now thinking, it's nice all those dreams, but I don't have time for that. I'm too busy, I need to work 50, 60, 70 hours. Well, that is why we created Earn More, Work Less. The stress-free work system helps you create time for what's truly important. Less distractions, more focus.
And more dreams.
And more dreams. So there we go, let's all sit down, take pen and paper, take a minute, make our list and let us know what happened.